Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real today. The path to greatness is not lined with comfort. It's not paved with excuses. It is carved by force, by discipline, by sheer willpower. There will be mornings when you don't want to get up, nights when you feel too tired to keep going, moments when your mind whispers, maybe tomorrow. But tomorrow is not promised. You have today. And if you want to you want to grow, you must force yourself to do it. Force yourself to get out of bed when it's easier to stay down. Force yourself to put in the work when no one's clapping for you. Force yourself to push through pain, to endure, to keep fighting when your body says enough. Do you think champions feel motivated every day? No. They feel the same doubts, the same fears, but they do it anyway. They force themselves to take action, and action creates momentum. Momentum builds discipline. Discipline builds greatness. Stop waiting for the right mood. Stop waiting for motivation to show up and knock at your door. It won't. You move first. You act first. You force it until it becomes natural. And when you do, you will discover strength you never knew you had. You will look back and thank yourself for refusing to quit. You will realize that the hardest battles you fought were with yourself. So I leave you with this. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Force yourself to do it every single day, because success doesn't go to the one who waits. It goes to the one who acts. Greatness is built through discipline, not comfort. Comfort feels good in the moment, but it never builds strength. It never sharpens your edge. It never takes you beyond where you already are. Discipline is the fire that shapes your character. It's the weight you lift when your body says stop. It's the extra hour you put in when your mind begs for rest. It's the decision to rise early, to stay consistent, to do the work no matter how you feel. Greatness doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're scared. It doesn't care if the world tells you it's impossible. It only responds to action. And discipline is action repeated until it becomes who you are. Comfort will always whisper in your ear. It will tell you to take it easy, to slow down, to quit. But discipline will roar louder if you choose to listen. It will push you when no one else believes in you. It will carry you across the finish line when your legs feel heavy. Every champion you admire was not built in comfort. They were built in the unseen hours. They were built in sweat and sacrifice and silence. They forced themselves to do it. Day after day. Moment after moment. Discipline is the price. And greatness is the reward. Motivation is unreliable. Action must come first. Cannot depend on feeling inspired every day. Some mornings you will wake up with no energy. Some nights you will be drained, tired, and ready to give up. If you wait for motivation, you will wait forever. Action is the spark that creates motivation. When you move, when you push forward, when you take even the smallest step, momentum begins to build. That momentum fuels you more than a burst of motivation ever could. It becomes a force that carries you further than you imagined. Think about the days when you didn't want to start, but you did anyway. At first it felt heavy, it felt slow. But step by step, breath by breath, you found your rhythm. By the end, you felt stronger than when you began. It didn't happen because you were motivated. It happened because you acted. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings fade. Action is a decision, and decisions shape destiny. The strongest people in the world are not the most motivated. They are the most disciplined. They act first, and motivation follows. So when doubt creeps in, when fear tries to hold you down, don't wait for the perfect mood. Don't wait for the right moment. Act now. Move now. Because once you begin, motivation will meet you on the path. Forcing yourself creates momentum. In the beginning, everything feels heavy. The alarm rings and you want to stay in bed. Task looks too big, too exhausting, too far out of reach. But the moment you push yourself to start, something shifts. One small action leads to another. The first step pulls the second. The second opens the door to the third. Before you know it, you're moving, you're working, you're building progress brick by brick. Momentum is powerful. It turns hesitation into confidence. It transforms resistance into flow. It takes a mountain that looked impossible and breaks it down into steps you are already climbing. But momentum never begins on its own. You must force it.
Yes.
You must push past the comfort, the fear, the laziness, the excuses. That push is the spark. That push is the difference between staying stuck and breaking through. Every great achievement began with someone who forced themselves to take the first step. They weren't ready, they weren't motivated, but they acted anyway. That action grew into momentum, and momentum carried them forward. The secret is not waiting for inspiration. The secret is forcing yourself to move, even when you don't feel like it. Because once you move, the weight gets lighter, the path gets clearer, and the fire begins to burn stronger inside you. Champions push forward despite doubts and fears. They hear the same voices of uncertainty that everyone else hears. They feel the same weight of fear pressing on their chest. They question themselves in the dark, wondering if they have what it takes. But when the moment comes, they move anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is walking into the storm with fear still in your heart. Champions understand that fear is part of the process. They don't let it paralyze them. They use it as fuel to sharpen their focus and strengthen their resolve. Doubt will always whisper, "You can't." It will remind you of your failures, your weaknesses, your flaws. But champions answer back with action. They refuse to let doubt write their story. Every step forward is proof that fear does not own them. When the pressure rises, when the world is watching, champions do not crumble. They lean into the fire. They accept the pain, the uncertainty, the risk, because they know the reward lies on the other side of discomfort. Every victory you see was born in moments of fear. Every triumph was carved out of doubt. Champions are not fearless. They are relentless. They stand tall in the face of what scares them most. And by pushing forward, they prove that fear is powerless against action. Excuses and delays destroy progress. Every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you hand away a piece of your future. Every time you make an excuse, you trade growth for comfort. And slowly, day by day, the vision you once had begins to fade. Excuses sound harmless in the moment. They sound reasonable. "I'm tired. I don't have time. I'll start when I feel ready." But those words are thieves. They steal momentum. They steal discipline. They steal the life you could have built. Delays are dangerous because they don't feel like failure. They feel like a pause. But a pause too long becomes a habit. And a habit of delay becomes regret. Progress is fragile. It needs consistency. It needs movement. It needs you to show up whether you feel like it or not. Because every day you delay, the mountain gets higher. The distance gets longer. The dream gets further away. You cannot build greatness on excuses. You cannot reach your potential by waiting for perfect conditions. The clock does not stop because you hesitate. Time keeps moving. Life keeps moving. The only way forward is action. Even small steps beat standing still. Excuses weaken you, but action strengthens you. Delay robs you, but discipline rewards you. The choice is always yours. Make excuses, or make progress. Discipline grows stronger the more you practice it. At first it feels like a burden. Waking up early hurts. Showing up when you're tired feels impossible. Saying no to comfort feels like punishment. But every time you push through, you build strength. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more it grows. The more you resist excuses, the easier it becomes to reject them. The more you take action, the less hesitation controls you. Each repetition of discipline makes the next one lighter. In the beginning, it's hard. Your mind will fight you. Your body will resist. But if you stay consistent, what was once difficult becomes your new normal. What once drained you begins to energize you. The habits you've struggled to build become part of who you are. Discipline transforms into freedom. Freedom to live on your terms. Freedom to chase your vision without hesitation. Freedom to rise above distractions and temptations. You don't get discipline by waiting for it. You get it by practicing it, day after day, choice after choice, sacrifice after sacrifice. And with every step it grows stronger. It stops being something you do, it becomes something you are. Discipline is not built in a single moment. It is built through repetition, through consistency, through the refusal to quit. And each time you practice it, you unlock a greater version of yourself. Hardest battles are internal, not external. The world outside can challenge you, but nothing compares to the war inside your own mind. It is the voice that tells you to give up. It is the doubt that whispers you are not enough. It is the fear that paralyzes you before you even take the first step. People often think their biggest obstacles are circumstances, money, or competition. But the truth is, the greatest obstacle is the one you see in the mirror. Your thoughts, your habits, your excuses, these are the enemies you face daily. The external world can knock you down, but only your internal world can keep you down. The hardest weight to lift is not iron, it is the weight of your own hesitation. The deepest prison is not built of walls, it is built of fear and self-doubt. Winning the internal battle requires courage, requires discipline to silence excuses. It requires belief when everything feels uncertain. And it requires the strength to keep moving forward when your mind screams to stop. Once you conquer the enemy within, the enemies outside lose their power. When you master your mind, challenges become opportunities. When you control your emotions, setbacks turn into lessons. When you choose discipline over doubt, you become unstoppable. The greatest victories are not trophies or titles. They are the silent battles you win inside yourself, over and over again. Success requires daily action, not occasional effort. You cannot reach greatness by showing up only when you feel like it. You cannot build a legacy by working hard once in a while. Consistency is the foundation of every achievement. It is the small, repeated actions that create massive results over time. One workout will not transform your body. One study session will not make you a master. One day of focus will not change your life. But when you commit to showing up every single day, progress compounds. Each effort stacks upon the last until success becomes inevitable. Occasional effort is fueled by emotion. Daily action is fueled by discipline. Emotion fades, but discipline endures. Etham and duh, nah, ta, Selstant. Every day you choose to act, you move closer to your goals. Every day you skip, you drift further away. Success is not a single event. It is a habit. It is built in the early mornings, in the late nights, in the hours no one sees. Daily action requires sacrifice. It requires showing up when it's inconvenient. It requires working when others are resting. But that sacrifice pays you back in ways comfort never can. Those who act daily plant seeds of greatness. Those who rely on occasional effort are left with empty soil. The difference between success and failure is written in what you do every day. Strength is discovered when you push past limits. Limits are not walls meant to stop you. They are doors waiting to be broken open. You never know how strong you truly are until you go beyond the point where you once thought you would break. The body will say stop. The mind will scream enough. But deep inside, there is more. More endurance, more courage, more power than you believe you have. Strength does not reveal itself in comfort. It comes alive in struggle. It is born in the moments when your muscles ache, when your mind doubts, when your spirit feels heavy, yet you keep moving forward. Every time you push past pain, you discover a new layer of yourself. Every time you refuse to quit, you prove that your limits were only illusions. What once felt impossible becomes possible. What once felt heavy becomes light. What once felt far becomes within reach. True strength is not only physical. It is the will to rise when everything inside tells you to stay down. It is the courage to face challenges that terrify you. It is the discipline to continue when progress feels invisible. Each time you push past limits, you redefine what is possible for your life. And with every breakthrough, you uncover a strength that was always there, waiting for you to claim it. Victory belongs to those who act, not those who wait. Waiting is easy. Anyone can sit back and hope for the right moment. Anyone can dream about success without lifting a finger. But dreams without action fade into regret. Action is what separates winners from wishers. It is the leap forward when others hesitate. It is the bold step taken in uncertainty, while the world stands still. The people who act are the ones who shape history, while those who wait are left watching it unfold. You cannot win by sitting on the sidelines. You cannot conquer by standing still. Victory requires movement, commitment, and risk. It demands that you step into the arena, even when you're not ready, even when fear is loud. Those who wait for perfect conditions will wait forever. The perfect time does not exist. The right moment is the one you create by acting now. Each decision, each step, each effort builds momentum, and that momentum leads to victory. Action opens doors. Action creates opportunities. Action builds confidence and courage. It is the proof that you are willing to fight for what you want. Victory does not come to those who sit quietly with their dreams. It comes to those who move, who fight, who dare to act. The crown is reserved for the doers, not the dreamers. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop telling yourself tomorrow. The time is now. The power is in your hands. The life you want is built by the actions you take today. Force yourself to rise. Force yourself to move. Force yourself to do it no matter how you feel. Because in the end, success is not about luck, not about chance, not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about discipline. It is about courage. It is about relentless action. And when you choose action over excuses, discipline over comfort, and courage over fear, that is when victory becomes yours.